there a way to make this bigger, do you think?
Only if you full screen Discord. Did you click on on the thing? Like, is that bigger, or is it like, is everything the same size?
I mean, no, it's definitely bigger. It's like, it's taken up like 2/3 of the screen, but I was just wondering, is there a way to make it like full screen?
I'm not sure. Let me see if if it gets bigger on my end.
Yeah,
We're live, so don't say the bad word.
Which particular bad word? A Dijak bad word or the rest of the world bad word?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Specifically the bad word, the Dijak bad word.
Oh, if you click hide members, it makes the screen a little bigger. That's a good start. That's not too bad, actually. That is about 3/4 of the screen. Are we live, pal?
We're live, pal. We're not live. We're on the loading screen.
So we're not super live, but
No.
we're kind of pre-live.
We're pre-gaming.
Are we pre-show?
We're pre-show, yeah. So
This is like for those people who are like really involved in the Jibo network.
for if you subscribe to the Jivo network for $9.99, then you can get the pre-show.
Love it. I love it so much. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. I wonder why it doesn't get rid of all of this stuff, so I can just have this.
Let me just post the links.
You do your posty.
Based Gambit already got the Discord for me.
Based Gambit has been on top.
It's because I've established an ecosystem where the Jannies are in competition with one another, and I've established an alpha Janny. It was very important to establish the alpha Janny for all the other Jannies to feel like they could aspire to or potentially be better than.
Oh, finally figured out full screen. It just took me
literally
6 minutes. That's embarrassing. And okay, Boomer, I am ready to go.
You did it, King.
Yep.
But
So
Gambit is the Janny who's trying to become the apex of the Janny ecosystem, which is good.
How good did Wesley Blake look, by the way?
Oh my gosh, you look jacked.
Oh my goodness.
This is the first thing I didn't even care about the baby. I was like, God dang, look at his abs.
He's like the nicest man I think I've ever met.
And a fantastic wrestler.
Oh my god. The very best. Would he what would be his underwater
West
equivalent?
Seal Snake. West Seal Blake.
I love it, actually. That makes perfect sense. I could see him as a seal. His doggy is a very thick brother.
Oh yeah, that's a thick dog.
Thick boy. He is the Otis of dogs.
Okay, I'm gonna bring us over to the old Kinoplex.
Oh,
and then I'm just watch this. I'm gonna do the intro. Don't worry, Gamba. There's not gonna be any background music in a second. Not where we're going. Oh crap! I just thought of something.
What?
I'm using. Oh no! I goofed. I goofed.
Did you make a goof?
No, I made a miscalculation. Maybe somebody can help me
no.
out. We're gonna go to the Kino deck.
Oh no.
Good Jibo morning, mother flounders. It's your boy Jibo, and I'm joined by my good friend Damoyster for the most important of Easter traditions. We're going to gather together as a family, say a prayer, and watch Blade 1998.
and eat any chocolate that we have at hand.
Any chocolate. I've been eating so good for like 3 weeks for no reason.
Because it was Lent?
No, I'm not Catholic. I went to Catholic school, but
Yeah, you're kind of a fake Catholic. You're a fakeling.
yeah, I'm Protestant. I'm a
Protestant.
Protestant. Okay, here's my goof. Okay,
you
so
protesting?
usually what I have to do is I have to turn down the desktop audio, right? And I turn down the desktop audio so that nobody hears the movie, right?
Right.
But they need to hear you now.
Oh, crap.
So that would be via the desktop audio. Now, perhaps there's a way. There has to be a way.
Oh, so I've confused the situation here. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, I have two. I have basically two voice channels. One that needs to be silenced, but I also need to be able to hear.
Oh, crap. So we need somebody who has a level of intelligence.
Yeah.
Gambit! This stream's never going to happen at this point.
Gambit! No, if it might just happen, but they're just going to hear Blade in the background.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
They're not supposed to hear it because then they'll
Gambit,
have
we're
like an
idiots.
echo. Gambit, come in here.
Gambit, we need you to pop in.
Gambit,
and,
this is
teach us.
this is a great chance for you to usurp.
All right, what's the problem?
Okay,
We're
Gambit.
idiots. That's the problem.
Here's my problem, okay? Listen up.
Uh-huh.
Listen
Yes.
up. So, normally when I do a watch along, what
Yes.
I do is I turn down my desktop audio so I can listen to the film,
Uh-huh.
and then nobody else can listen to the film. Now, here's my problem. Damoyster is on the desktop audio, and for him to be captured in all of his glory, it's gonna capture the audio from the film. I don't know what to do.
Have you opened your volume mixer on your options? Like right-click on.
Yeah. I know where that is.
Okay, yes. There's two options for Discord, if I recall well. Okay. So. Okay. How high is your desktop audio? Like on OBS?
Well, I think you guys were low for a second, but you guys should be good now. Or the desktop audio for OBS?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like regular now. It was low.
Okay. So.
Live tech support.
This is hilarious.
Let me just. So, okay, so the problem would be that since audio is overlapping and Damoyster is on.
He's on my desktop audio.
He's on the desktop audio, and there's no way to split that. Someone clip this later and title it. Okay. I'm reading chat. Getting distracted.
I mean, at the end. Oh wait. No, that would mute it for me. I mean, worst case scenario, there's just gonna be a little bit of Blade in the background of this video.
And that's probably gonna be copyrighted, in a sense.
That's a good point.
Maybe.
Some mother effer's always trying to ice skate.
Yeah, that's never been more true than right now.
Then right now. That's literally right now.
I'm literally trying to ice skate uphill. There's no pressure, by the way. I know I put you on the spot. I don't even know if it's possible.
Oh, it's not your fault.
No.
It's entirely our fault.
It's not even Damo's fault. I'm
I'll take the
snacking.
heat. I'll take the heat. I enjoy it.
I'm eating a protein bar.
Aprovecho.
What's a himbo?
Him.
It's like a big dummy, but he's handsome.
Exactly. Yes.
Which yes, I am. I'm a big dummy, but I'm handsome.
My hands. Yep.
But I'm nice. I think that's another. Himbos have to be nice, right?
Yeah, they have to be like nice. I mean, the biggest example right now of recent himbos is Ichiran. Oh dear.
Could you maybe watch Blade on your phone, Brennan?
I could, but then I'm worried that you won't be able to watch it.
Well, I can watch it on HBO Max, and while you're watching it, and we'll just sync up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna grab some headphones so I can listen to it on my phone. But let me finish the protein bar first because everybody really likes me chewing. Yum yum yum.
It's very sensual.
It's ASMR.
ASMR.
That's what people tune in to see.
Giant octopus
Eating
chews protein bar in your ear. ASMR.
Agreed.
We're
We would actually win the demographics if that was the case.
crushing the demographics. We're beating church.
Well, I guess that could be the solution. I think I'll step out.
Okay, Damoyster.
Thank you for trying, Gambit.
Thanks, Gambit. You did your best.
You're welcome.
You're a good lad.
Okay, so I don't need to stream then. I don't need to stream this film to you.
Yes.
So I'm gonna.
But you'll have the same problem if you keep trying if you're trying to do it on your desktop though. That's
Correct. So I'm gonna grab my second laptop so I can watch, and then
Ooh, Mr. Two Laptops.
it's actually my only laptop. This is my desktop that we're on right now. So I'm about to die. Like it's gonna be really disturbing when Jibo on the screen just like goes limp. So please try and explain to the children that Jibo is not dead.
Okay, I can't wait to see this part actually. I think with the size of Damoyster being an oyster, he probably is the size of the arm of Jibo's chair. So Jibo is not dead. We hopefully we covered that. He's just napping while Brennan gets himself together. How is everybody? It is quite disturbing. I do like that he's looking at me. Kind of sexual. Sensual. Are y'all to scale? Well, Brennan is very tall, so maybe. Say the digest word. No, I can't. I can't. That would get everybody cancelled. Sensual oyster. Yes, that is I. I wonder if I could convince him to put on Blade 2 instead of Blade 1, because it's so much better. I'm very good, thank you. I am very good. A Drake Maverick sea creature. That's one we're going to have to think about, chaps. Blade 3 did have Triple H in it, but it was a weak story. The Ryan Reynolds was obviously awesome, and fantastic abs. We were all very big fans of it, but it was lacking, slightly lacking. I love Blade 2. I love the whole enemy of the my enemy is my friend concept of Blade 2. And even the idea of vampires having something that they were afraid of that wasn't Blade was very interesting for me. Oh, okay, Drake Mackerel. I like that.
I'm back.
So Drake Maverick's underwater aquatic adventure name is Drake Mackerel.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Good. It was worrying when Jibo fell asleep there.
It looks scary, doesn't it?
Went into a bit of a trance, and he was just looking at me, just looking at the top of my head.
Yeah, because I was hungry.
Oh, hey! I've got a giant pearl that'll choke you. How about that? Yeah.
It's just mucus. All mucus can be devoured.
This is true.
That's why I've situated in this world that I've created. I've made myself the biggest.
I love it that while you're meant to be an aquatic sea creature, you're literally just Knuckles.
Yes, pretty much. And Knuckles. Knock, it's Knuckles.
So we were just chatting with chat. Some of them was putting over Blade 3. I was saying Blade 2 is the best. What is your opinion, Brennan?
I'm a Blade 2 man.
Blade 2 man.
From what I remember. Maybe watching Blade right now will trigger something.
One is
in me.
phenomenal
Yeah.
because one of the reasons why I love this movie, literally, like, you know, it was gritty, it was R-rated, it was the opposite of what we had seen in superhero movies before because he's not the atypical superhero. So obviously 1998, 99, you know, we had that whole push for that anti-hero mentality.
And most importantly, he's a black goth king.
Yeah, exactly. He like, first of all, how many Black Goths did you know in 1998?
There was Blade.
Yep.
There was Spawn.
Yep.
And that's it.
Exactly. So there's two.
Yeah.
One of which we're about to see now, and first of all, he was phenomenal in this role. I was a big Wesley Snipes fan as a kid anyway because of like Demolition Man and whatever else. So when he got this role, because I'd seen Blade, and actually the Spider-Man cartoon was the first time I'd ever heard of
Oh,
it.
that's
my
interesting.
introduction to him and Michael Morbius and all that stuff. So that was a whole range of superheroes that I'd never heard of. Like I never knew anything about that. So it was really cool when the movie came out, and obviously the series itself, because as I said, it was R-rated, whatever.
And this was pre even Spider-Man, I think, right?
I imagine this is just before the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
So this is before superhero movies were even marketed as superhero movies. This was more marketed as The Matrix.
Yes. Well, this would have been just before The Matrix. This is
even the first one?
Yeah, this is before the first Matrix.
Gosh dang. Everybody
maybe getting filmed similar times, but Blade came out first. But I know that this movie propped up the Marvel Studios, and it gave them an idea that they could make it into the movie world. So I think that's one of the weird things that gets forgotten about because this came so early.
Yeah. Everybody in the chat say thank you, Blade.
Thank you, Blade.
Thank you, Blade.
Listen, they went for, like, I mean, how many black superheroes were there in 1998?
There was Static Shock.
In the early 2000s, they created a lot more. Obviously, the Isaiah Bradley character was created in 2003. But I'm saying, how many were there? There was
not a lot.
Few.
Not a lot.
So for them to do one as the lead of a movie was pretty based.
Pretty based.
Pretty based.
Pretty based. All right, I think we're. I'm all set. So okay, if you're all set up, here's how we do it. We count down from 3, and then on go, we all press play, and I press play on the timer on the screen. So everybody get your legally obtained. Legitimately this time, I didn't even steal it. I legally obtained this blade for $4 on YouTube. Yes, we've all paid for it.
All paid for it.
Fantastic people. So make sure you have your legally obtained copy of Blade, and we will begin the film in 3, 2, 1, go. Ah, we're live, pal.
Lovely stuff. We are live, pal, and we are watching, still to this day, one of my favorite Marvel films. In fact, one of my favorite superhero films. Up until recently, 10 years ago maybe, it was actually one of my favorite films of all time. So, not just action, not just comic book or whatever else. So,
You know, I actually just watched the Lost Boys for the first time, like a couple weeks ago.
first time.
Yeah,
Considering your style,
yeah.
who you are as a person, I thought Lost Boys would have been your go-to movie.
No, I've always known of Lost Boys, but I never did Lost Boys.
Slightly sexual vampires? I thought you'd have been totally.
That's
all
very much me. I model myself to be a slightly sexual vampire, a slightly sexual asexual vampire.
Slightly sexual, but asexual.
like attractive, but probably doesn't know what sex is. That's my my shtick.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Oh my goodness,
Oh.
what a wonderful movie.
You're not supposed to have vampire babies.
Well, I love this because the concept is genius. And I know they don't go fully into the lore of Blade's background and everything else. But it is so interesting. Like, he literally grows up as a vampire until he's found by whistlers. It's like 6 or something, like, by the time somebody finds him. Like, what was he doing for these 6 years? Just murdering everybody.
Yeah, I mean, he had to eat.
Man's gotta eat.
Man's gotta eat.
What city are we
Blade.
in? Is it New York?
Is it? New York is easily the most protected city when it comes to superheroes.
I'm intrigued actually as to which one this might be, because I know. I'm just thinking the lore. Where is he based? Probably is New York. Oh.
Look at this Chad.
I love it that this is what 1998 considered as a Chad. That's what's even better.
Yeah. Except for like this one, like I love that in 1998, like the weird alternative girl was a thing. I mean, it's still very much a thing, but it was kind of like the forbidden fruit at the time. Now it's kind of just like everybody simps for an e-girl. This is like a proto e-girl.
Yeah, that's true. So what I love about this, so this is London Underground playing in the background, right? Which was massive back home in the UK at the time. And I didn't really like dance music, but hearing it in this context,
It's
I
just
adored it.
this is from Newgrounds. This is the music from the Newgrounds.
This is like there's a whole period where house, I think it was house music in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then it became trance and all these other things. There was all these offshoots, but I just remember this was like super over for a while. This kind of style.
Yeah, just like a. I know it's not trance, but it feels like you're in a
I think
trance.
this might be trance.
Is it trance?
Actually. This might be trance.
I feel like you kind of just.
Van Helden and all these kind of people.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Oh my.
Yes.
Can they all smell him, do you think? Like, or is it maybe too packed?
It's probably too packed. It's probably like if you smelled like there were some chicken nuggies in the room.
So this girl you were talking about, you know, the alternative girl. So the girl now who's about to commit a shot, wearing the white, Deacon's girl, is wearing that late 90s alternative gear that happens, but in white. If it was in black, it would have been perfect.
Kind of bondage, yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is a goth girl.
Like she's wearing a jacket,
Yeah.
but a bra, so it's okay.
She just got a bra on.
Deacon Frost, there he is. I mean, Steven Dorff was a handsome man. Apparently he was really picky with his roles, and I was so surprised because I genuinely thought he could easily have picked up something massive, but he must have just been like, you know what, I'm going to work once every 2 years.
He wanted a Legends contract.
I mean, like, I feel it. The only problem is you kind of need to get over first.
Why would your first thought be to put it in your mouth?
I mean, why not? It could be free booze.
If something dripped on my hand,
You've obviously not been in a club, Brennan.
You're right, but I feel like if something leaked on me, I wouldn't just put it in my mouth. Maybe I'd smell it. I definitely smell it.
Understandable. I love the the number 2 guy here, Quinn, I think his name is. So I think in the end of the 90s, he was like somewhat of a rising star, and it just never really worked out.
His star was shot down.
Yeah, like his appearance, I think, was meant to mean something, but I didn't really know him. You know what I mean? Like, so a lot of his humor and whatever else is funny and stuff like that. But I think it was he's meant to be like as if you knew him or something. But I honestly had no idea who he was.
Triple H lost to Blade. Yes.
But he did well.
He did. Yeah, he looked strong. He didn't look weak in defeat.
He looked pretty strong.
Blade didn't give him a pedigree and then like take 5 minutes to pin him.
I love it that Blade's just randomly in the club.
And he's not even wet.
He was ready to like mack on some birds, you know, have a bit of a laugh, and then he's like, ugh, there's a human here.
Ugh.
What am I gonna do?
Disgusting.
Disgusting. I mean, look at that. Mega base.
What a shit. That's what I want to be. That's a man.
An awful lot of vampires. And I'm just saying, all of them together probably could have killed him.
No, not Blade.
There's like 80.
Look at how everybody's like, oh no, it's Blade.
Come on, we need to talk about this before. How many
children?
Could you be like? How many vampires would it take to kill Blade? I
Okay.
genuinely think that many is enough.
Okay, it depends on what vampire mythos you're talking about, because in a lot of oh my gosh, in a lot of things, vampires are they've got their rules, but they're not very strong in comparison to like a werewolf. Like a werewolf would be a greater threat than a vampire, but a vampire is like political and they'll like set you up.
No, well, you're almost right, because in this mentality, you've got the born vampires, and you've got the.
You'd punch her in the penis?
Yeah, listen, it's ahead of its time. We've already talked about it being ahead of its time.
Good for them.
Good for you. I love it that everyone's covered in blood. Blade is completely clean.
Yeah, it's still leaking. Like there should be blood everywhere.
You silly bollocks.
You should wear, if you're going to a bloodbath, you should wear white. Like if you're gonna be a mess, be.
But how do you explain that in the bus home?
I went to a bloodbath party.
So this is Quinn here. I don't know who he is. Can't remember the actor. I know he was in a few things, right? Like TV shows, whatever. But I think he was like a rising star.
He looks like Wesley. He looks like Wesley Blake.
He does, like, but I think his appearance was meant to mean something. Like, you know, he was like a somewhat known guy or whatever. But I had no idea who he was.
Imagine being 1998. I definitely didn't watch this in 1998. I was 7. Imagine being 13-year-old Brennan and watching this cool black guy who's a goth and has a sword and ninja stars.
You would have lost your mind.
This was an important cultural moment for me.
I always wondered, when it comes to fight, is a big leather trench coat the best way to fight?
No, I think it only gets in the way.
Really well, because in the Matrix, it is very effective.
Did you see his fist pump? That was the least cool thing. Got him.
That was unnecessarily corny, and I love it. So
Like,
Quinn. His name's Quinn,
yeah,
and he's speaking in Slavic language, right?
yeah.
So he's blatantly Irish.
Ah, that's why you know him.
No, but if his name's Quinn, like, the guy, the character is called Quinn.
Yeah.
Why is he speaking in Slavic?
I don't know. His name should be like Pietro.
I love this.
Peter.
Randomly, these dudes are coming in.
Put him out. This is just a common occurrence. This is just another day in New York.
Like, they just completely no-sold it. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, put him out. I do love, though, that his jacket expertly holds his sword without ripping.
Yes. It's sheathed. Maybe that's what the jacket's for.
I like your jacket.
Because you can't walk down the streets with a sword, per se. Rank.
Oh, they say very pretty, and then here's the love interest.
Ah, very pretty
Genius.
indeed.
The handsome woman.
Karen.
Handsome. Do we know her from anything else?
I wish I had. I wish I was watching this on like Amazon. Amazon with that thing that just lets you like
Yeah, oh, it's
see
the
who's in the
best,
scene
isn't it?
is fantastic.
That is the best. That will probably be the norm all across all across the way. I'd imagine at some point. But
You know what it's really good in is I started watching that Invincible on the ride to work this week. The Invincible
Oh,
show
is it
on
good?
Amazon. Yeah, it's good.
is it worth? Oh, sweet.
It's got a well. That's the thing. It's got a like super good voice cast. Like J.K. Simmons is in it, and Stephen Yeun, and like Sandra Oh, and like they've got like a really good voice cast, and like everybody, like Mr. Krabs is in it. Freaking. But it's great because every time I hear a voice, I just like hit the button, and I'm like, oh yeah, who is that?
Okay, so I'm trying to find what her name is. So, Sana Lathan. What else was she in? What a great time to talk about their relationship. Do you remember Alien vs. Predator?
Yeah. That would have been years after this, right?
About 04.
Yeah. Bruh!
She was the lead in that. Oh, right. She voiced Donna in the Cleveland show.
What? What?
That's incredible.
Good for her.
Good for you. And Harley Quinn, apparently, in Selena Kyle Catwoman.
In what incarnation? Oh, in Harley Quinn, she's Catwoman?
No, in yes.
Oh.
No. Yes.
In the Harley Quinn TV, like the current one, the
Yes.
newer
Yeah,
one.
apparently that's very good. Everybody's put it
Yeah, it's good.
Get out of my way, you freak.
I feel like Gangrel should have been in this movie.
Especially at this time.
Yeah.
Although, Gangrel, did he come in before or after this? That's the question.
It might have been around the same time, honestly.
I imagine vampires must have been getting over around this time.
I feel like, yeah, vampires were just like this kind of vampire. Well, Gangrel was like a Lost Boys vampire.
Yeah, but like, what, 15 years later?
Yeah, like very late.
Good for you.
But he looked like he was in Lost Boys in the 80s. He was a lost man.
So in this lore, if you get bitten, you turn. So it's not like an angel or whatever where they have to give you the gimmick. their blood to feed on.
Oh,
So in
okay.
this lore, they just bite you and you turn.
Like a
So
zombie.
it's like contagion, yeah, or zombie or something like that, yeah. Come back with that doctor. I love this.
Blade was like,
Launches her.
oh, she's hot. I need to protect.
Just fucking throws her out the fucking window.
Yes! She'll be fine. She's a vampire now.
Goodbye, football. But she's hot.
This feels like it was filmed on the set of like the old Batman movie.
Oh yeah. Did you happen to watch the last episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Oh, I haven't seen any of it yet.
Oh, okay, okay.
How's it been?
Oh, it's been brilliant. But when you see episode 3, I'll talk to you. There's a hilarious kind of pseudo Batman reference, and I think you'll enjoy it. Good for you. I think this is like that period where like Moby and all this stuff was like super in music.
Why was Moby in popular music?
Honestly, I think like you know the French band Air.
Yeah.
You know, it was that period. There was like Massive Attack and all that stuff. Like they were all kind of popular at the same time, but Moby just hit. For some reason, he hit mainstream hard.
Yeah, that's what it didn't
People
feel.
really dug him.
There was like a weird time where you get like that weird. I don't even know. Like it would be a very alternative thing now.
Oh, it's crazy.
But Moby
because
was
it
on like
got-
the radio.
Yeah, it got mad over. Yeah, he was huge back home. Like he was like the #1 selling guy. Like different points. But because of the reason why I brought it up is you'll just hear like a lot of stuff in the background of the movie that just sounds like Moby. Like, and I don't know why it is. It's just one of those weird like end of the '90s, early 2000s. It just seemed to happen a lot.
It was the 90s. The 90s was probably just starting to get its sound in 98.
That's true. Yeah.
You don't really get the sound of a decade
No,
until like the last
pre-
5 years.
The pre-new metal of the 2000s.
Yeah.
I
The
love this.
the
Chris
the nearly
Christopherson
butt rock.
would not surprise me if he was an actual racist in the movie. Morbius was supposed to have a cameo. Ooh, I never heard that. Episode 3 was directed by the John Wick guy, and it's very John Wick, especially one of the characters goes on a John Wick rampage.
That's good that they're getting choreography work. Yeah.
Good. She turds. Chris Christopherson. Look how jacked he is, like, for no reason.
Just a guy.
He's proper old jacked. Old.
How old is he here?
He must be 60 at this point.
Looks great.
God, it'll turn out that he's like 30.
Great hair too.
He's just old. You know, one of those people born old.
Yeah, but people who are born old tend to like stay the same age for at least 30 years.
Good point.
Like Ric Flair. Ric Flair looked
84
40.
now?
Like when he was 20.
For a long
Yeah,
time.
and then he always looked 40.
Yeah, so he is 84 now, Chris Christopherson. So he would have genuinely been 61 here.
Yeah, he looks great and jacked.
Oh, yeah. I like how little he cares, and he's the human.
It's because the real monsters are humans among us.
Humans.
Hey.
These guys are quite interesting. So these are the born vampires.
Yeah, they look like proper vampires.
So they come from vampire families. So in this this whole he's brilliant. Udo Kier, I think his name is. He was in Buffy and stuff as well. Obviously.
Was he a
Just looks like
vampire in Buffy?
Of course he was.
He looks like a vampire.
I actually think he's in another vampire-related movie as well.
Imagine if you were typecast as a vampire.
I think he kind of was for a bit. Let me just double check that. I'm pretty sure.
Look up his filmography and tell me if there's 5 cases of him being a vampire. In that case, he's been typecast as a vampire.
I will put money on it that he's done at least another one. He was deaf, because I know he worked with Werner Herzog a lot. Like, he's from Germany, so he did a lot of the German stuff, obviously. Yeah, he played a vampire in his early days in a German movie.
Mm-hmm. It's the hairline for me.
Yeah, he was Count Dracula in Blood for Dracula movie.
Fantastic. It's the hair. It's like he's got a solid but high hairline. That's kind of widow's peakish.
He does actually.
And it's that prominent
not mine.
brow bone. And this is the young punk vampire. You're out of line. You young vampires always be trying to change the old ways. Oh, there's me. Did you just see me? There's me.
There you are.
There's me.
Saw you. Born a vampire.
Why are you even here? Haha, you cringe turn. You thin blood.
I'm literally going through this guy's entire movie. He plays
Counting how many vampires.
It's about 6 movies.
That's pretty. Yeah, he's been typecast as a vampire.
He's got like this really, really prolific, list of movies and TV shows and everything. I'm actually quite impressed.
Dang, Blade doesn't get changed.
Do you think he sweats?
I don't. Okay, so in most mythologies, but he's not a full vampire. Because vampires don't sweat. They can get dirty. Vampires need to shower because stuff accumulates on them. But it won't come from within.
Who's this guy? We never see him again in any of the mythology, but he seems to know the Blade.
A lot. And he's got a cool haircut.
They've got this great handshake.
And a great handshake.
So who is this guy? And we never see him again.
They must have grown up
3
together.
movies. He's never referenced. We don't even know his name.
No, Damoyster, you see, all of us have a cool handshake.
Well, obviously that goes without saying, but they seem to have one that's been used many times. In a specific way.
That's where he gets his serum. When I go to the store to get my serum, that's exactly what I do. I dap up my serum dealer.
As you do.
Yeah. It's just a cultural thing.
It's a Jersey thing.
It's a Jersey thing.
Look at that. He's got his like little mats for his relaxation and reflection.
Damo, Nikki's Sanity asks, Jibo and Damoyster, do you like the Van Helsing movie?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's fun and dumb. Like one of the hardest parts is like when they do those kind of set of movies, they always like overdo something.
Mm.
Like in that one they made like so the hardest part I think for us who like vampire movies and zombie movies and all these things is they always change the rules in certain ways, and their thing, the vampires were really odd, and like like the average vampire was actually really difficult to beat, and yet
Yeah.
vampires didn't really populate the earth, and that's one of the things that kind of bothers me, because I always wonder why don't they just, you know,
There's
take
no
over
yeah,
more,
there's no
or, you know
reason
what I
not to
mean?
take over everything if you're
But
that
then,
strong.
like the point is, that, you know, if there's too many vampires and not enough humans, then they'll all die because
Ah, yeah.
they lose their blood source. So I do get all that, but it's there's times you just like if you make them too strong, then you just wonder then like what's the point?
Yeah, I like the vampire, the masquerade mythology of vampires, where they're like strong under some of them are strong under certain circumstances, but that takes a lot out of them to be that strong.
Let's see, that's interesting.
Like they literally have to burn their blood to, so they just get hungrier, in which makes them more feral. So in order to maintain control, they aren't always just flexing their vampire muscles.
And obviously you love it because it's got masquerade in the title.
Yes, masquerade. It's French. It's French.
Look how jacked they both are.
Yeah. Ah, look at them! Look at them shaking. Just two men.
His biceps are like, look at that.
I'm not gonna give him too much credit though because he's a manlet.
Who is?
Wesley.
Why? In what way is he a manlet?
He's short.
Is he?
Yeah, he's tiny.
Ugh, that's annoying actually.
Yeah. It's easy to be jacked if you're tiny.
He genuinely looks like he's like 6'8".
No, he's always done a good job of hiding it, but I think he's. I have to
He
look
does
at
have
the.
something thick soles in the Blade movies.
Yeah. Which is also part of just being a goth king, but.
I'm pretty sure Christopherson's 6'4" something. One. Fold your arms. That's it.
Nice.
I love this. Just so flippant with the gas.
And lights a cigarette next to it.
Like Blade's now wearing like a bomber jacket for no reason.
He's just got his closet is just cool black jackets.
But this one is like really thick.
Yeah, I love it. I unironically want it. I'm going to look at the buckles on it.
You immediately want it.
Yeah.
So in this mythology, the cross doesn't work. See, I always thought silver to be
Werewolves.
just werewolves.
Yeah. I think it's
But in this one, it's
vampires.
look at this face there. Get that. But you're so damn big.
I think Stake to the Heart almost always does it.
Look at his car.
She's handling being a vampire now pretty well for someone who probably didn't know that vampires existed.
They've explained nothing to her.
Yeah. She's kind of just like they didn't explain anything, and she's like, "Oh, you just kill vampires with stakes and crosses?" Like she's heard of vampires, and he's like, "Nope, crosses don't work." She's like, "Okay." Yes? Oh, it's a baby. Hello, baby.
Baby.
My baby. You want to say hi to the chat?
Okay.
You want to say hi to Damo? Say hi, Damo.
Hi, Damo.
Hello. Who have we got?
This is Blakely.
Hello, Blackley.
Hi.
All right, go to bed. Give me a kiss. Mwah.
It's
What?
9:30 bedtime.
Oh, it's past bedtime. They're just being.
Oh, cheeky cheeky.
Hakoba.
I love it that Ari is nearly as tall as Blakely.
Yeah, I know. She's a mutant.
Gonna be a giant.
Give me a kiss. Mwah. Good night.
Night.
Colby, close the door.
Come back.
I did know that vampire squids exist.
There are vampiric squids.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I don't think they actually like suck blood. They just look like vampires.
Oh, okay. So look at the way he walks, like without moving his arms. That's freaking me out. Oh, it's moving now. Okay, okay.
Yeah. I saw that. It was weird.
It was freaking me out. I like how he now has eyeliner on. I don't know if you noticed.
Yes. Just subtle.
Just subtle, and it's sexy. Good for you, Odin.
More men would do well with eyeliner. It brings out the eyes.
I love it. Like, so how old are vampires in this mythology?
Oh, they've got to be. I imagine the ones that are born vampires must be hundreds of years old. Do they explain how you're born a vampire?
No, they didn't actually. But then I guess in Blade 2, you kind of meet like the offspring of that weird master guy. So how did Frost like get so high up?
That's the question. Yeah, these
How is he
are.
allowed to meet with that group? Because they tell him he's not allowed in.
Yeah.
But he keeps getting in. So he was a human. He was bitten.
Yeah, I don't get why they're even putting up with him.
I mean, he's just a little manlet himself. Some man.
Manlet, just a young punk.
He genuinely looks like there's this guy in Blade, Christian Kane, and I swear they look the same. That random kind of dance music that listening to, sing to. It's like drum and bass got really big.
I just saw Among Us. I saw Among Us on the screen.
Among Us.
Among Us.
What a bloody mess. Look at that.
Yeah, that's. Oh my gosh. Clean up the city. The world is a vampire.
World
Is a vampire.
The whole concept of familiars is really interesting in the Blade mythology. Like, I really like it, and because it makes so much more sense. Like, I know it's in a lot of the vampire mythologies.
What's a familiar in Blade?
So they're the humans who do things for vampires to hope that they will get turned. Now,
Oh, they're kind of like ghouls.
yeah, but it happens a lot in other different lores. But I just like it in Blade
Yeah.
because it's very modern with the tattoos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was a very fast elevator. I don't know if you noticed the doors open and close.
Yeah, they never close that fast.
No.
Mace. Use your mace.
But it's garlic mace. Not pepper mace.
Why garlic?
I wonder, did somebody who was creating this just really hate Italian food? They first invented vampires. They're like,
Maybe.
you know, I don't mind the tomatoes. I just cannot stand the garlic.
Maybe Vlad the Impaler was killed by like an Italian or something.
Mario.
Yeah, Mario killed Vlad the Impaler, so they were like, one of the vampires' weaknesses is garlic.
Oh Christ! So I wonder why they decided garlic was an issue. I wonder why specifically garlic. I'm assuming in the 1800s or whatever. When was Bram Stoker's?
But I'm sure it was like some sort of like remedy that they'd sell, like a garlic necklace or something like that, or garlic that you put on your door to keep them out.
But I mean, I wonder, was garlic like particularly expensive back then or something?
Maybe
Or was it
expensive
maybe-
enough to upsell.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, you can't put it in a lot of food.
I love garlic. I'm a bad vampire.
Yeah, you're a terrible vampire.
What are some other good vampire rules? Can't cross running water. That's a good one.
Oh, so that one was really good. There's a TV show I watched called The Strain, and they had they really stuck to that.
Got
rule,
him.
and it was really interesting.
I like when they stick to the no running water in the have to be invited in. Those are great rules.
I'm a big fan of the invited in one. They kept that in Angel.
Because I love when they trick you into inviting them in. Nobody. Did you ever see that Netflix Dracula?
Netflix Dracula, no.
It's like a mini series. It's like
Nicolas Cage.
no, it's
That's a surprise.
it's I think it was a BBC show. I'm not sure. But it's kind of like a 6-episode, like each episode is like an hour and a half. Like it's like a short movie miniseries.
Who was in it?
Probably people you'd know, but not people I know off the top of my head.
That sounds likely.
British people, Europeans,
Euros, eh?
Euros.
I'll have a look at it. I probably will be one or two.
You'd like it.
actors.
You definitely like it.
I'm a big vampire lore guy.
Yeah.
So what is it called? Just Dracula?
Dracula.
Mini series. Oh, 2013 American British. Let's see. Who do I know in it?
No, 2020.
Oh, the 2020 one?
Yeah. Starring Clails Bang.
What a name. What a great name.
Clace Bang.
Place Bang. Is he like...
He's Dracula.
Okay.
Dolly Wells is
Actually,
Helsing.
I don't recognize many of these people at all, actually. That's good. It's interesting when you recognize people.
It's a good little show. I liked it.
Oh, he's a Danish actor, Place Bang. Seen him before? Ooh, I'm gonna look into this.
They've got some fun little rules, like he can learn from the blood.
Ooh.
So like in one of the first episodes, he hires somebody to be his English tutor because he doesn't speak English because he's like Transylvanian, and he starts feeding on him at night, and he gets younger as he feeds, and 2 he starts losing his accent.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Because he starts learning how to speak English the way that he spoke English, because he can taste the memories.
That's interesting, actually. I kind of like stuff like that. Like it's kind of Highlander-esque.
Yeah, it's fun.
Big fan of the Highlander series, obviously.
Obviously.
It's one of my favorite shows were they hire a Scottish person, not to be Scottish. All the other
Well,
Scotland.
well, the person who played Shrek was not actually Scottish.
Yeah, but Michael Myers does a great job. I'm saying they actually hired Scottish actors, but not to play Scotsmen.
Right,
And
right.
I just think that is one of the funniest things.
Where would you rate Mike Myers' Scottish accent? Because he's played two Scotsmen famously.
That's true. I mean, it's fine. It's like, it's not a specific like town or city or like it's just like a generic.
Just a generic
Like,
Scottish.
His fat bastard is funny. Like his fat bastard was hilarious, but like it's not like if I went to a city, it was like, oh, that's what he's playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like
Good general Scottish accent.
yeah, it's surprisingly consistent, which I think is important. You know what I mean? Been watching this TV show, Preacher, recently. I just finished the comic book a while ago, and they have it's so bizarre. They have an English guy playing a Texan. They have an Irish Ugandan girl playing a Texan, and they have an English guy playing an Irish guy. And it's just the most. It somehow works.
They love having
I just don't
English
get
people
why-
playing like Southern Americans now.
Well, I guess it's easier to play a Southern American than to play like Middle America is a difficult accent. You know what I mean?
I feel like no, because I'd say like I wanted to say that the stronger your accent is, the easier it is to mimic. Like a Boston accent is a strong accent, but that's not
Your accent has very few inflections.
that's not a very good. Like I've not seen very many good mimicked. Ah, yes, this is my scene.
Calm yourself, Brandon. This is your life.
This is me right here.
All of these guys, you know, vampires in a Japanese club. This is like your two mythologies
Yes.
coming together. Japanese and vampire, and we got Blade in there. So
I got
oh my god,
I got some yakuzas.
it's your entire existence.
Oh my gosh, I got goosebumps. Ah, I'm living.
If instead of drinking, they were like, you know, having a nice.
Sake. They literally just have this Japanese club so that he can have a sword fight.
Exactly, because he's got a fancy sword.
Oh, you better tell him. It's not worth it.
And
It's not
Tom
worth
Holland
it.
is on a run of just playing Americans. I think he refuses to play Brit. No, it's just like nobody has a cool British role for him to play. You know what I mean? It's like he's relatively talented. He can do the accent. Ish, pretty well.
I mean, what's the
He's meant to be a Queen's kid. in
the
Spider-Man, I guess.
British role that everybody wants is James Bond, I guess.
Oh, well, Harry Potter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like who are you gonna be? And all suckheads.
I like suckheads as,
Yeah.
as a slang for vampires. Hello, madam.
Ma'am. Is a suckhead a slur? Yeah, I think so, but I think Blade is reclaiming it.
I think he's can he really? Because he's half vampire, so he can say whatever he wants.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah, he's fine.
Say what I want.
It's a term of endearment.
I dig it. See, I think this is quite smart because the vampire leaders hate the way the bitten vampires are going about it. they like pretty under wrap.
Yeah, the young punks wanna rule everything, whereas that's very much more vampire is to like be underground and not be the most important person, but having control of the most important person. Oh, look at that bed.
It's quite smart. It's like coffin.
Yeah, it's like a future coffin.
So he managed to translate the text that nobody's ever translated. Not really paying attention. I love it.
I love 90s hacking.
Look at his hair. It's like a reverse mullet.
Yeah. It's a
like
fringe.
back
It's a
and long at
fringe.
the front.
Yeah, it's
That's
kind of
what-
it's like an
long at the
80s
back. It's
emo
like an
cut.
inverted mullet.
Yeah. That's what the emo haircut is.
Hairstyle.
Yeah.
But it's not quite emo, so emo hasn't yet.
No, it hasn't happened yet. But it's like it's post it's like
90s hacker.
yeah, post-punk.
I dig it. Was he being tickled? That random extra.
So vampires bang in Blade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They can get it up.
They definitely have penises.
Yeah.
Whereas in something else I was watching, the vampire's junk falls off as they become a vampire.
Oh, I don't like it falling off. I like it.
Imagine being you're able to live forever. You have no will.
I like the vampire mythology that you've got it, and you have to really focus to use it. So you usually just don't bother.
Interesting. I wonder what that was on.
Ah! Yeah, now we're having a party.
Was that Mortal Kombat on television? Kombat. You know the scene where Reptile goes into the body?
Yeah.
That was what was on TV there. Awesome. Because I love that movie.
Vampires watching. When's the new Mortal Kombat come out? Like soon,
That's
right?
out very shortly, yeah. Have you seen any of the commercials?
Yeah, it looks good.
Looks great.
I think we're at the point where video game movies are just gonna be fine.
Well, I think we're at the point now where people take video games more seriously.
Yeah.
We went through, like, now that video game industry is bigger than the film industry,
It is.
the film industry is now going, you know what? Remember all those terrible movies we made? Just going, well, nobody will want to watch it. Well, now we're going to have to probably change our minds on that.
Well, and they kind of have to figure out.
Directors, oh, this guy's brilliant.
They had to figure out. Ew. Ah.
Jeez. He's got like this.
Frost.
Video conferencing wasn't that good at this point.
He's on Zoom.
Zoom. Biscuit boy.
Biscuit boy. I bet you he ad-libbed that. He definitely ad-libbed that.
Biscuit boy.
Why does he sound like that?
So funny. Have like a deep voice. She's brilliant here. I'm not really sure. It's the piece of the prophecy. What prophecy? Oh, not really sure. Oh, it's incredible. That's what Frost says.
I've got the hard drive. What are you gonna do with the hard drive, Blade?
What was he watching?
Porn.
But he wouldn't be able to find his Willie, will he? At that
No.
point? Ah. She's now become a psychopath.
Yeah, she's really taken to being. She was a doctor. She had an oath.
You literally took the oath.
Yeah, she can't do harm.
What a dick. Maybe she's the villain.
Can't do harm to humans.
Humans. I'm just saying, has he been walking around with that explosive stuff while he's fighting?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
I think he had it in one of his thick pockets.
He does have a bit of a Batman about him.
Mm-hmm. Look at all the stuff he's got on him.
This is pretty based, because it's very interesting. Like, this is like the Vampire Bible. But it must predate the Bible. And if it predates the Bible, that's incredible.
Well, in many mythologies, Cain is the first vampire.
That would make sense, actually.
The mark of Cain is the vampiric curse, and it's the punishment for being the first murderer. So he's actually
Doomed to walk
the
the earth.
first generation vampire.
Hey, that's interesting, actually. WWE's Kane.
Yeah, Cain. WWE's Cain, not
Just
not Cain and
choke
Abel.
slamming people and then biting them for sustenance.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, what if it... True. Very disappointing for anybody who's a big fan of the...
Hola, amigo.
So now he's speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
He was speaking Slavic earlier. Fucking Taekwondo kid.
Nice. Blade is an equal opportunity butt
They're
kicker.
destroying the pages
Yeah.
of the Bible. And nobody's freaked out about this.
The Dead Sea Scrolls are just getting torn apart.
That's what it is. So this is interesting. Remember, he was killing all those people in the club.
Yeah.
And he's really struggling here.
Well, these are more trained vampires.
Some of these guys are famous, actually. There's one of the guys in the background. Oh Jesus! This guy who's holding the blade, I've seen in a bunch of martial arts. This guy's hilarious.
Ah!
Why does he stick out his tongue like that? The fucking weirdo. He just lifts his hand.
That's how it was in Lost Boys. Like the background vampires that are just like, I'm a vampire.
He's wearing a Kevlar vest. You could punch him all day.
Yeah.
Where's what you got?
I'm not finished with you.
Meth vampires. I can feel it.
A silver steak.
So you literally have him to the point where you could kill him. And you're like, no, Frost wants him alive. I'm like,
It's because they're the dumb young kids.
I owe you two. Look how based his communication. It's like silver. Look at that, it's based.
Blow it up.
That's the entire Bible ruined. Like, I would be. Imagine the custodian of this library.
He's like, oh man.
Like, he's like, I'm gonna get fired.
Indiana Jones was having a conniption.
Oh my god. There must be somebody with some.
Did
sort
Blade
of-
just punch a woman?
Oh, righty. That's the second he's punched.
Yeah, but he like he sucker punched the woman.
He actually, for no reason, punches this. I keep saying it. Is Blade the good guy?
There's shades of gray. Think I'd let him run loose without a chaperone.
I actually really love the visual here. I think it's real. I'm too old for this. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Oh. Oh no!
Freaking out about this. Oh no, Whistler. Forget Whistler. He's only a mortal, but he can look after himself.
Yeah, he's fine.
It's just getting chased by a...
He's a tough old man.
He is, I guess. He's pretty jacked. So I love this. This is really interesting.
Ooh.
The bit where they're chasing him is just so cool. The lighting here is really...
Yeah. It was very well shot.
Yeah, I make fun of very many parts of this, but the visuals in this...
It's got great visuals, yeah.
Oh my god. There's Whistler, he's fine. Psychopath. Sick.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Lost another arm. Oh no.
And he sheathes. Run away! Run!
This is cool. So when they're chasing him, it's such a creepy shot. Love it.
Oh, that's cool.
And then they try to run after. I just love the way the line is for that, because they're kind of using all of their power to try and keep up, and they can't.
Yeah.
Really cool shot.
Not faster than a train.
No.
I got staked. I'm a doctor. I know I've killed 2 people now, but I'm a doctor.
I'm a fake doctor. Remember, so we talked about vampire lore.
Uh-huh.
Right? If Blade bit someone, would he turn them into a vampire?
I would venture to say...
all it takes is a bite, and as long as they don't completely drain you, you become a vampire. That is the thing.
So in this, Blade
could
takes
he turn you?
he takes like a suppressant though. So maybe if he carries, maybe it's like HIV. Like if his T cells are low, then he can't transfer.
See, that's what I genuinely wonder though. Could Blade turn a human? 13? 13? Feeding of the homeless.
Oh, they're just homeless.
Okay, so his need for blood took hold of puberty. So up until 10, he was probably in like
Eating rats.
no, in foster care or whatever. And then when he hit puberty at 10,
And he just named him Blade because he wanted him to be cool.
yep. Just need to pee. I'll be back momentarily.
Good luck. Hey, welcome to the stream. We're watching Blade. The timestamp is underneath Blade. Over there. Yeah, I would like for Marvel to push Blade. I'm like not super stoked for a lot of the new properties that they're bringing in when they still haven't brought in Blade or like X-Men. But I don't know. They make money. I don't. I'm a vampire. Yeah, that's a good point. It's probably going to be PG-13. I think Netflix Daredevil is supposed to be in Spider-Man. I think they're just going to pick and choose.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy. Oh, look at his face. He got.
And then she tries to bite him. Angel.
You get what you deserve.
David Boreanaz before he was famous.
Shush, 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 shush. Yeah, she does look like Gwen Stefani. I thought so earlier when she was going ham in the bloodbath.
It's weird, like the Whistler thing where he's like, I had a wife, 2 daughters. Then like 2 movies later, they're like, yeah, I was his 3rd daughter. Yeah, illegitimate daughter.
Secret daughter.
Yeah, so how do you feel about Mahershala Ali as the next Blade?
He's definitely great casting. I mean,
It's
it's
great casting, but he was in Luke Cage, so somebody was saying that.
yeah. That's what I was saying. Is like it seems like they're gonna just pick and choose because it seems like Daredevil is gonna be in Spider-Man from Netflix. Daredevil is gonna be in Spider-Man. So I think they're just gonna like, which I don't know. It's gonna be weird, but I'm sure in 5 years when everything is already set and established, then everybody will not bother about it.
It's such an interesting scene, this.
Bro.
It's such an interesting.
Why is he allowed to do this?
So he must be like, is he not like the vampire ruler?
Frost?
No, the old guy.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
And he's been allowed to execute him.
Why is he getting so cucked?
They said something really interesting to him. They were like, yeah, you've never seen the sun before, but pureblood.
Yeah, born a vampire.
But look how much harder it is for a pureblood to die. It takes much longer. Which is interesting, because all the rest of them like fall apart in
Pretty
seconds.
quickly when exposed.
Oh, there you are, Brennan. Brennan's back.
There's me. There's me.
What have you done with Dragon Eddie? There's his fucking teeth. Oh, Christ. Takes his seat at the table. Interesting.
CG's honestly not that bad for 98.
I think it's incredible. It didn't get good. Like, CGI didn't really get good until 01 maybe? 02?
Like, good? Yeah. Like, I haven't seen old Spider-Man.
The only bad thing is the blood monster that we have later on is terrible CGI, but everything else is pretty good. Like Blade 2 has this awful CGI when they're in front of the light. They put these lights on in the background. They have this fight for no reason.
Yeah.
Go anywhere. But it was something that they were trying in a lot of movies at the time, and it was awful, and they didn't need it.
It's always better to do the bad
Weirdest part
CGI
is
in
they
the
didn't
dark.
need it.
Yeah. Blood clot.
I'm too tough.
Ah!
Yes, ma'am.
There are no vampire doctors up until now?
Well, I guess he's the only one who wants to figure out.
How to cure and kill.
Whereas none of the vampires would want to.
Yeah, that's not
You
tech.
You have to wonder, though, do the U.S. government knows that there's vampires?
Yeah.
So, are they not trying to work on this? She's just a random blood doctor. Random. Like, we don't know if she's good. We have no idea.
Yeah, certainly the CIA has got some anti-vampire weapons in mind.
So how does she cure herself? Did I miss that?
Did she do it?
Sure. Oh, okay. She's not cured yet.
Ew.
So her process to turn has taken days so far.
So it doesn't happen right away. So there is a way to stop it.
Well, I guess because they did the garlic serum, and he said if we had got it sooner, you'd have possibly made it. So they must. Their little. Oh, this is a great scene actually.
Blade doesn't look suspicious at all.
Can you? Oh my God! The amount of people who after this movie. Where did you get your first trench coat, Brennan?
I got it. Well, it was my dad's, but it wasn't like a cool trench coat. It was kind of just like a legit winter trench coat. It was leather though.
Like
I felt cool.
feeling cool is the important part.
Yeah, it didn't look cool, but it felt cool.
Yeah, your dad had probably like incredibly giant shoulders.
Yeah, it was too big for me.
Did you end up taller than your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it probably looks fine on you now.
Clampire the Masquerade.
I like it. I'm in. It's interesting.
Food. In he chats, you cringe lord.
Go back to your weird.
Can I wink? Yeah, I can wink. See, look. It's dark in here, sorry.
It's like that. Oh, you did wink.
Yeah, I can wink.
Although it was really creepy. He like tried to wink and then it kind of half winked.
Yeah, I'm sitting in the dark for this movie, so I don't have like a good light on my face.
Fucking nice.
I'ma kill this little girl. I'm a monster.
I mean, fair play to Wesley Snipes. He has a wonderful set of teeth.
Great teeth. Why?
Jesus, look how fast he was there.
Oh, he just threw a little girl. And Blade didn't even care.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Move, girl. Tope Suishida.
She's like 6.
I'm teaching my kids that if they get kidnapped by a vampire, as soon as they can get free, they need to not stay in the street.
I agree.
It's one of the first things I taught them.
Here's your lessons for today, girls. If you get kidnapped and Daddy saves you, if you're left in the street, get out of the street.
Yeah, because I would save them just like Blade did. I'd allow them to be thrown.
You'd wait till it's inches away, and then you would save them.
And then I'd save them.
Okay, that makes sense. Dramatic. We just like drama.
Speaking of Wesley Snipes, reminder that tax returns are due Thursday of the following week. The vampire's greatest weakness, the IRS.
So true. Oh, it made me sad though. Like I genuinely wondered if he had been like cleaner with his returns.
Oh yeah,
Blade.
yeah.
It's like you need to pay your taxes, but I don't wanna.
I don't wanna. What's the government ever done for me?
Good point.
Hopefully, you got a good paycheck from coming to America.
Oh my god. It is incredible.
And then he paid the taxes on that. Yo, who spits?
And COVID, man. What is his car? Is it a Corvette or what is
I
it?
think it's a Corvette.
Very nice. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. I like your jacket.
I like your coat.
Familiars.
Oh, it's a 1968 Charger. Dang, Joe, you
Oh.
friggin' Carmen.
Are Chargers still based, or are they kind of like rubber
I like
stamp?
Chargers. They're not as cool as they were, but like they're
Are
cool.
they like they look like electric razors now? Is that
Yes,
like
definitely.
oh no.
There's very few like big dick American cars anymore. No.
He's kind of your dad. Your weird racist dad.
Ugh. He just watched Death Proof yesterday,
Ooh.
and that was Kurt Russell's car in it.
Rockin'.
Ah, yes, Vampire God. Is Blade the only Daywalker?
In this universe, that is a good question. Can Michael Morbius walk? Daywalk? No, I don't think he can. He's an actual. But he's good. Morbius is a good guy, isn't he?
Ow. I'm dying.
So Morbius can fly, and he's got the hypnotism.
But is he a Daywalker?
I don't think he is. Oh, he's a pseudo vampire.
The heck is a pseudo vampire?
He doesn't have all the limitations of power. He possesses a variety of superhero similar to. He is forced to ingest fresh blood on a regular basis. Doesn't have any of the vulnerable.
Oh, so he's got the best of all worlds?
He's got a strong aversion to.
He just kind of doesn't like sunny days?
Yeah. He allows some protection. It's interesting.
That is a very 90s gun. Like 90s comic gun.
Like laughably big.
Just huge. Square.
It's like Dread.
Yeah, yeah.
Like unnecessarily large gun. It can't fire it any
Like it's
better
not shooting. Yeah, it's not shooting a bigger bullet. It's just a huge gun. The only thing that it can do is be easier to be seen.
I mean, if it has a longer gimmick, does that means it can have a better range?
But it's not even a longer barrel.
Just thicker.
Yeah, it's just a thick gun. Just a chunky boy.
It's the exact same as a normal gun. It's just 10
Just
times
chunky.
heavier.
Yeah.
I love it.
Dread 2012 watch
Dread
along
watch
when.
along. I do really like that movie.
I did. So I had this epiphany last week where I was like, Damo loves Blade, and I like doing these watch-alongs, and these watch-alongs would be a lot better with somebody else. So let's do Blade watch-along with Damo. And
Watch along.
if
Watch
I
along.
a blotch-along, yeah. So if I do say so myself, this has been good content. Everybody in the chat say, yeah, this is good content. So I do intend to do more of these watch-alongs with the buoys.
The buoys.
The buoys.
I was really proud of that.
Yeah, I was proud of you for saying that.
I thought it was genius.
The
I
buoys.
was like, I popped myself so much. I was laughing, and I was like, I really hope they get the joke.
The buoys.
I do think we should do Blade 2 watch along.
I think, yeah, I went through,
Outstanding.
I've been going through series, so I think a Blade trilogy would be nice. We can do a Blade trilogy, and then, what did Dijak say he wanted to watch it?
We will need to shower after Blade 3, though.
Oh, of course.
It's terrible, but it's fun. It's just terrible.
You have to watch it to completion.
That's true. His name is Drake. I can't. It's the guy from Prison Break, and he's just so bad. He's Dracula, but he's now called Drake.
Drake. It is. It is an STD.
I love this little speech.
What do you mean, you people? Hello?
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Is that who I think it is?
Who is it?
Oh, I'm back from.
What? What?
Where's the
From
movie?
the deep blue sea? It's the
Has he been
Shangri-La.
like?
A special
No,
guest.
rude.
Out of nowhere. How are you,
Yeah.
Shane?
How are you, Shane?
on.
Shanglerfish.
Oh, I had it on.
The crowd is going crazy.
Oh well.
What a run-in.
Be them.
Yeah.
What part of the movie are you up to?
He's just about to. He stole the girl. Bad guy stole the girl, and Blade's about to come in and smash everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brilliant. Great movie.
it really is. It is. It's fantastic. We were just remarking though, like the visuals in this film, incredible.
Yeah, for 98.
They must have had a huge budget or something.
Which
I
is
think
bizarre,
that's-
because why would they put so much money into this movie just
That's
conceptually?
what I can't figure out. Like, why
I
is
don't
so
think
much
I don't
money?
think it was big money. I don't think it was big money.
It couldn't have been.
They did good shit. They just
Yeah.
did good stuff with what they had.
But it's incredible.
Yeah. They blew the budget in that last scene. That's probably where
For
the
sure.
money went. All the clubs and like that blood club and everything, that stuff just exists.
Yeah, you can just do that live.
You can just do that, yeah.
Yeah,
They're just hidden camera. They didn't even have permission. They didn't get licensed.
that was just a regular club.
They just dump
This is
blood
what-
on everybody and then
Yeah. No,
try
that
to kill
happens at the
people. I
club.
love it.
Yeah, you have to imagine a superhero movie in 1998 with a black lead. They would not give a friggin' Terminator budget to.
I didn't even know it was a superhero movie the first time I watched it.
No.
I never considered it that.
So I can
I
tell you
know
guys,
the-
this was the best day of my life, right? So I went to see The Matrix in cinema, and that night we rented Blade on DVD.
Yeah.
And I saw both Matrix and Blade.
In the same day?
best day of my life.
Did you
Never
coom?
yeah, multiple times actually. To be honest, what age was it then? Like.
Did you buy a trench coat
Yeah,
immediately?
multiple times. No, I think I was like immediately like loving martial arts and everything else. But yeah, I watched. So I think I was 14 years old. I watched both of them at the same time.
Chat says it was a $45 million budget, so that is low.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
nothing.
with-
That's pocket money.
That's nothing, yeah.
That's chump.
Oh my gosh!
That was incredible. So that's the only time you see the CGI isn't brilliant with that and with the final thing, but like everything else is like all the sets and stuff. Like
Oh,
the
bye,
amount of
bye,
money
Shane.
That's been bye Shane. Bye, good to see you. The amount of money like in all these crazy sets, like because it's all glass and it's all
A lot of broken, yeah.
but everything seems to be. Oh, he's about to meet mummy. Everything seems to be like.
A lot of practical stuff.
But it's all built. It's not fake.
Yeah.
And that's what blows my mind. Like, they've had to build this set. How was this just 45 million?
I assume, I mean, you probably, Wesley Snipes has probably got to be the most paid, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of them are unknowns and whatever else, or young actors and actresses. This is incredible. Imagine.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, he's back.
It's now the
Whoa.
same age.
Blade Trinity is the best one out of all of them, and I'll
Ah.
have no.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Have you seen Blade? You've seen Blade 2, surely.
I'll kill you all. I'll pull you out of the ocean and make you breathe oxygen.
Just because you want to have sex with Ryan Reynolds doesn't.
Yeah,
make it
that's
the
why I
best
heard.
movie.
That's why.
Like, oh, we need to take a shower after. I'm like, yes, because of sexy Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, that's why you came in to see us.
Yeah, like, wait, yeah,
I want to talk about Ryan Reynolds.
yeah, you son of a bitch.
You
All right,
son
bye,
of a
love
diddly.
Bye.
What a great appearance by Shane. Thank you, Shane.
That's exactly what we expect from Shane. Yeah, Terminator in 1994 was 102 million. In 94.
So yeah, this is like a quarter of that budget, like comparative. So this is 98. Well, no, sorry, no. Maybe I'm trying to think like how the economy changed so much in such a short time. 94 to 98. This is 48 million. Well, maybe it is about. So if you think of the Terminator budget,
Oh, that was Terminator
Yeah.
2 too. So I was wondering if
all
it's
all the but I'm thinking all the metal work and stuff like that. Yeah, there was a lot more CGI and.
maybe movie. I mean, obviously they didn't put as much money into, like, I imagine like a Marvel movie is like 200 million easy.
Yeah.
But that's before, like, a Marvel movie is like a surefire moneymaker. Anything, we're past the point of anybody ever taking a risk on a movie again. Like, it's all just remakes and
Oh, jeez.
you know, cinematic universe stuff. So everything is kind of like a sure deal.
I guess you're right, because I mean, like original stories are we really watching?
If
now?
you get one, it's not in theaters. It's on like some Netflix show or something.
Yeah. I mean, I loved as a Brightburn, you know, like the concept where what if Superman was a dick?
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like, and I loved that, but then that's based on.
Well, it's not weird for
new.
it's not weird for stuff to be based on, because everything's always been based on something.
Yeah, that's true.
Or not always, but I don't know. There wasn't a Terminator book. At some point, somebody had to go out and be like, "I'm going to go out on a
That's a
limb
good
on this
question.
Terminator thing."
Yeah, have you ever read the Jurassic Park books?
No, I didn't know there were books.
So they're a series of books and they're incredible. Michael Crichton, the guy who did like Westworld and stuff like that, he's an incredible writer. Like he's got some massive hits actually. But if you get a chance, if you like reading, the Jurassic Park books are brilliant because it's like dark versions of Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, not so PG
imagine a
movie-ified.
non-canon-
Yeah.
Like so, the first movie is close to the book, and it actually explains a lot of the things that happen better because there's more time in the book.
Right.
You wonder why the fat guy sells the and all that stuff. It's explained much better.
I had no idea it was a book.
It isn't. So I really recommend it, but it's actually scary, and that's one of the weird parts because the movie is scary in part, but at the same time,
It's a kids movie. Yeah.
The book is it's an adult's book. Like it's very very good. I recommend it. Michael Crichton is the author. Fantastic.
She loves white.
I don't like for somebody who's going to be covered in blood to have all this white is for me is not only inappropriate, but I think it's like really silly.
It's a weird flex because it's like, yeah, I know I'm gonna have to buy new clothes.
Yeah. All the time. $45 million budget. This blows my mind. Because all this had to be built. This is a full set.
It seems like they're pretty smart with the sets.
But unless they were just incredibly economic, the amount of
I think he just had to be smarter at that point. Like there was
unless Blade literally took Wesley Snipes took a very minimal cut and was more based on how the film did. You know, like
I bet it was more like that. I don't think the majority of the film would go to his because he was a name, but he's not Tom Cruise at this point or anything.
Oh, Brennan's back. You're back in the shop.
Oh, good.
You're wearing a nice suit.
That is a look.
I wonder how many vampires after this were based on Deacon Frost. Because if you think of Edward Cullen looks like that.
Yeah, kind of like the. Well, no, I mean the hot boy vampire is definitely the Lost
Tom
Boys
Cruise
thing.
Well, even like the Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
I love that movie. That's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, like I mean, literally, the vampire mythos is based on being a hot boy anyway. Like it's vampirism has always been like
to be alluring.
Yeah, a sexy.
That's one of the things that like surprised me in mythology. They lose their dicks fall off and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, because they're always meant to. Even though like I don't even think they're supposed to like enjoy the sex, but they're supposed to like that's supposed to be how they lure you in. That's like their
part of their thing.
Yeah.
Which is something that they don't really have in the Buffy and Angel universe. It's like they do have sex and whatever else, but it's not like it's important. You know what I mean?
I mean, like most of them in most things
really
they have like some sort of hypnotism or something that they can do.
Yeah, that's true. So this is really interesting. So this doctor character, something goes wrong, change. So this gives us that. What if, such a high percentage of people turn into vampires? Something's bound to go wrong, and he's one of those.
Oh, okay. That was their boyfriend. So what is he? What is he? Just a bad strain?
It must be.
Bro, she's doing very well.
He's like a kind of like a vampire zombie.
Yeah. Oh, so that's a thing that happens a lot too. Is as vampires lose their humanity, they become more like bestial.
So he maybe doesn't have the powers, like he can't like climb out, which he should be able to, because so he has the thirst, like like almost the zombie aspect. But he still has his intelligence, but he doesn't have the power to get out, like the
Or like the
energy.
control to use it.
Yeah, which is just so interesting, like because a lot of the other ones immediately get the superhuman strength, whatever else.
I mean, he seems pretty
This is the
indestructible
ultimate
still.
Oedipal complex here. This is freaks me out.
The
This is
puss.
far too edible.
Yeah, that was kind of, yeah, that's kind of hot for your mom.
I do love it that he's wearing leather pants, though.
He's jacked. Looks great. Vince, strap.
Oh, he's the right height nowadays.
Yeah, for now. She never knew him, I guess.
It's true, like she never really met him.
Eric.
Eric.
Stop. Stop. Ew.
Frightened. So this is like the Shiva Theseus thing, right? So
We were just talking about...
she's no longer his mother because she's completely...
Okay. This is not so. This is not as funny. This is not as funny for the chat unless I explain it.
Okay, explain this to the chat. This is a big one.
So Die Jellyfish sends a picture of Madonna that she posted on her Instagram today, right? And it's like she's having a hot girl summer moment, I guess, and she's like in some undies, and she's 61, I think you said.
63?
63, yeah, it looks great for 63. But the response from Shanglerfish was, "Is that still Madonna? Not is that Madonna? Is that still Madonna?"
Which brought up...
And I was like, what did you mean by that? Are you talking about the ship of Theseus thought experiment? That so much of Madonna has been replaced over the years that she is no longer Madonna?
The real Madonna is on a fucking medical waste bin.
Yeah. Madonna has been taken apart and the parts have been replaced for some...
Based. So
I mean, that's a fair
what do you
question.
think?
That's a fair
Is that
question.
still Madonna?
Just like in general, like we don't have any of the cells we were born with by like age. I think there's a certain age where you've like all of the cells that you were born with have expired.
Oh.
So are you not a different person? Do you morph into a second person?
Well, I mean, I suppose you're spiritually and mentally a different person than you were when you were born, because
You've experienced things, yeah.
you develop consciousness. You know what I mean?
So that's my brain question, right? Like if I could
Dies and is renewed. So
If-
yeah, you might be right.
So if to avoid, to the next step of replacing all of my dying cells was to upload my, what my memory is, which is what my brain is always doing, is uploading memories to new cells, right? If I used a computer for those new cells, is that still your boy?
You know that you have asked us this in maybe 30 or 40 different iterations.
I know, because I'm always thinking about it.
It's so pivotal to how you want to leave this earth.
I just want to be a robot!
Robot it is. It is. So when Brennan and I first met, we had a running joke that he was version 1 of the first robot, human turned robot.
No. I'm version 2.
Version 2. So and we met other version 1s.
Yeah.
And that's where your empathy came from.
Because I'm the daywalker.
Sorry for other version 1s.
Yeah, I'm the daywalker. I understand where version 1s come from that can't fake social interaction and don't understand empathy.
It's true. It's true.
So that's my advanced programming.
So you're at the point now where you're so good at faking empathy that people think you're empathetic.
Yes, I am not.
I am not.
I do not care.
You even laugh at your own
Yes.
having issues. Although that is kind of the part and parcel part
You're supposed to do that.
of making a human being.
Yeah.
You're allowed to laugh at them.
Yeah, I made you.
Thus, I'm allowed to enjoy when you fall. Although your daughters are probably going to be taller than you.
Not taller than me. I
I don't
hope
know.
not. That would be weird.
Colby's fucking massive.
She's tall. Maybe 6 feet max.
No. What height is your sister?
6'4".
There you go. So, would this turn her back into a vampire? Would
Unless
she
she,
have to take her serum again, or her?
unless she's got the vaccine, and
Oh,
she's
she's got
immune.
COVID-19
Yeah, maybe she's got the COVID vaccine.
Did you get your first one, Brennan?
I got the Johnson and Johnson, so I only need one.
Oh, sick. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll be I think 2 weeks next week, so I'll be it'll work.
That's incredible. Good for you.
It smoked me on the second day. From everything I've heard, the shots the first day you'll be fine, and then the second day it just smokes you.
Oh, were you just juiced?
Yeah, because Sierra got the other one, the 2-shot one, and she got the second shot, and she got smoked the second day too. But mine, I got it just the one, and then it smoked me the one day.
That's not too bad, though.
Yeah, it's just one day, and to be, I don't know, immune, not immune, but
Yeah, but like
close to
close
immune.
to being, yeah. You never got COVID.
Never got it. I beat the game.
Very impressive. And now you've made it almost impossible to.
Out of everybody, Shane is immune, just because he's Australian.
Yep.
Because he just lived in COVID and never got it.
That blew my mind. I got it and was asymptomatic.
You got it and were
That was
asymptomatic,
lucky.
but you got the regular flu and then it killed
Yeah,
you.
for the first time ever, I've never had the flu. So this is bad CGI. When you see the blood, just doesn't. look like
yeah,
it was in
yeah.
the- Yeah, so
Liquid's
I
hard to
honestly
do.
Get the flu for the first time, and I'd never had it before.
How'd you even get it? Where were you? Did you get it
Oh no!
at
That's the
work?
thing that I'm assuming because I rarely get allergies, but there was a period there about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, where I started getting just these minor allergies. So I don't know if that just made my immune
system lower, yeah.
down.
Well, allergies, it's been, I had bad allergies as the pollen started to fall here, as the seasons changed.
Because the weather was so bad that the trees give out double or triple pollen or
Yeah.
something. Somebody tried to explain it to me, and I was like, derp-de tiddly tub.
Well, no, Orlando is like literally the worst allergen biome in the like country.
That's what Sarah Logan said. She was worse here than anywhere else.
When I first moved here, it killed me, and I couldn't figure out how to stop it. Like, and I'd get like an ear infection, and then like a sinus infection, and it would just like bounce from like orifice to orifice, and it just get sicker and sicker. But yeah, I had to figure out like a regular allergy medicine schedule, and have it build
you
up
have to
enough.
think, though, like where you grew up, where you lived your life, and then even in North Carolina, like, difference. North Carolina and here,
In North Carolina, Massachusetts, I mean, I've got bad like the only thing I'm allergic to is the outdoors. Like I'm not allergic to any foods or anything like that. But
Just nature.
pollen will always smoke me. Grass smokes me. And
Hey.
North Carolina, there was like when I was in Chapel Hill, spring hits and everything is just dusted, like completely dusted yellow. And that used to kill me. And then when I moved here, it killed me.
We had that a few weeks ago, didn't we? Where just like my car was just like covered in this film of pollen.
Imagine that, because it happens here too, but maybe 5 times as much.
So the CGI here, okay,
Not bad.
but it's about to get bad. And this is 1990, so it's actually like quite impressive.
This skeleton transformation isn't bad, CJ.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this isn't bad. This is like Netflix movie 2 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like a TV budget
Yeah.
CG.
Because I'm thinking, you watched TV shows during it to even up to 2015 or whatever. This is about the same. Oh, scaredy cat.
Bleh.
So, is your end to be like Zola in the MCU? That you just upload yourself into a computer?
Yeah, I think that would be the way to go.
Or would you like to be in some sort of cyberdyne system?
Well, I don't want to be the only one. So I think my supervillain plan would be to.
Superhero landing, the first person to do it.
That was the first one. My supervillain plan would be to upload everybody's conscience to the computer.
That guy was in that movie for.
Here we go! Here we go, baby! Let's go, Blade!
And the music kicks. He's had human blood for the first time since 13.
Yeah, and he's friggin' yeah, let's go!
He literally just got like HGH, steroids, meth, everything just all at the same time.
He just got some pre-workout. Just a little pre-pre.
This guy's got like, he's got a bang energy and a seat time.
That push.
That guy was
He just ripped his throat out.
That guy was blatantly familiar, whereas all the rest of them are vampires. Whenever this guy familiar, he just gives him a kick in the stones. He's like, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Guys, attack at the same time. Stop waiting.
Honestly, it's my favorite like martial art ism. If you all just overwhelm him, he's just kicking this guy in the stones over and over again.
He kicked him in the balls, and he bounced.
Oh my god! He just soccer kicks this guy, like he punts him. Oh.
This is good. This is good fight scene choreography.
Yeah, this one's actually really good.
It's got the corny one-on-one ism, but like
There is it was a very famous guy who did the choreography, I believe. I used to know all these things, damn it. But like, it was a famous.
it was a Tekken wall bounce.
The fight scene is fantastic.
Oh, I love when they establish a woman enemy for the woman, the love interest to beat. Even though Blade has no problem hitting girls.
Oh, all the time. Donna Yen did the fight choreography. So
Did he?
Yeah, I knew it was a big deal. Who did the Blade stuff? It was Donna Yen.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Because it's fantastic. I think he appears a couple of. He definitely did the second one as well.
And then Triple H did the third one.
Obviously. It's on the tip of my tongue, Donnie Yen, too.
Donnie. Yes, sword fight. Vampire sword fight. Vampire sword fight.
Did you notice his samurai run there?
Yes.
Loved it.
And of course they do it in the center of the room in the most aesthetic place.
Yeah, because Donnie Yen's got like the character in the second one.
He does, yeah.
The Japanese martial artist. This is awesome. Look at that.
Hey, Thickest Boy, thank you for subscribing. I forgot to do the YouTube thing. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Ooh, he's blinking. Celerity.
Good bump. I wonder how much of this he did himself.
I feel like he did most of... I feel like I remember hearing about Wesley Snipes doing his stunts. I could be completely wrong, but it feels right.
She was an incredible.
Sick.
Just randomly. I love the nods.
He goes,
His reaction is quality. So this is my favorite part of the bad CGI. His one leg is fine. It's really funny. You see, he gets one leg, but he doesn't get the other. This is incredible. I've laughed about this.
I skate uphill.
Like, so it took me a long time to realize, yeah.
It's because his name's Frost.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, I just hate that line because.
And he ad-libbed it, right?
Because he hasn't got any of these kind of qualities at all throughout the movie. Look at it. So look at his leg. Brilliant.
Some mother flounders always want to ice skate uphill. Yeah, Blade never gets blood on him.
Hey man.
Hey, man.
I mean, look at that set. That set is incredible.
That is a cool spot. It's probably just like a parking garage.
It always is.
No, honestly, where we film, we found like a really cool parking garage to film like the Retribution promos in, and it does not look like a parking garage. It looks like that.
That's based. She's like, oh shit, I need to take that fucking cure again.
Hey, somebody clip this and then do the editing and then put Blade sunglasses on me, okay? Ready? Hold on, ready? Here we go. Some mother flounders always want to be ice skating uphill.
Mother flounders.
He's got his pointy teeth.
His teeth were proper pointy there.
Great teeth.
He has incredible teeth.
Ah, that's why I have sharp teeth. Ah.
Steak teeth. For a guy who doesn't eat meat anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised I haven't become disgusting squares.
My teeth are now mush.
I'm just from eating broccoli and tofu.
In fairness, raw broccoli's way worse than anything.
Yeah.
for chewing. Surprise? Do you really?
Russia.
Why is he randomly in Russia? Comrade.
Comrade. Hey, at least he's dressed for the occasion. Sick. They're just like, this is before they were like, yeah, we got a sequel. They were like, yeah, we're just gonna let you know the Blade's still being cool somewhere. Good movie.
Oh, great movie. Like, you know what the best part is? Just timeless, that is.
Yeah, no, it doesn't feel that old.
I mean, come Owen. I mean, that is actually quite impressive. When you... That's 1998, so that was filmed in 97. That is 24 years ago.
Doesn't feel.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Like that didn't feel like, yeah, you could argue.
Some of the CG, but it's like you said, like some of the
It's a
CG
little
just look
dated.
like Netflix CG.
But I mean, say you digitally remastered this movie, only thing you'd have to fiddle with out of all business is that the end scene.
Yeah.
What else would you need to fiddle with?
It seemed like most of it is practical. Yeah, most of it seems practical, and then, what little CG they used really well.
Yeah,
It's a good movie.
it's really impressive. A great movie. The best part about Blade 2 was phenomenal. I think they started to get better with the music and stuff like that. They kind of found their vibe better in the second. Then obviously the third one was really into trip hop.
Well, by the second one, the Matrix
Music
has
is
come out, right?
incredible.
So
Yeah,
I think they're starting to find that 2000s dark future aesthetic, that dark
But
wave.
not afraid to lean into like the fact that like, it is a black actor.
Yeah, just cool, just a cool
Too
dude.
afraid to lean into the black culture in this movie. Really, there was a couple of things of guy, but music-wise, was more like drum and bass was probably the closest thing we get to anything along those lines. So there's no rap music,
No.
you know, which is a surprise for me. You know what I mean? So, but obviously in the second, third one, they kind of find a bit more comfort with that stuff. But it's just so interesting, like how they went about this. I think they almost tried to make the first movie as close as they could think of to the comic, I guess. You know what I mean? Like the feel isn't that it's necessarily like an African American. It's that it's the Daywalker.
Yeah,
You know what I
he's a
mean?
vampire. He's a vampire.
Well, they kind of figure out it's actually really important to do both.
Yeah.
In the later.
Especially when it's Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, exactly. This is long before Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
But no, this is for me was one of the most perfect movies because it was that time period, late '90s, the anti-hero and everything else was massive.
This was very much, yeah, like the early goings of that too, right? Yeah.
Oh, incredibly so. Like, so I saw this in '9. I didn't see this in cinema. I saw this DVD, as I was saying, like the same day I saw Matrix. So I missed this in '98, but I saw it in '99, and by '99, the anti-hero was massive. You know what I mean? Like it's become the big thing. Like as we lead into the early 2000s,
Still is, yeah.
everything is anti-hero. You know? But this is when it was like, so Austin at this point is 2 years into his run. You know what I mean? And
Oh yeah.
he's the biggest thing in wrestling, obviously, slash popular culture. You know what I mean? So it's just so interesting how they went. I'm so glad it did well because this literally like spawned your whole Marvel setup.
100%. Yeah.
But even like realistically, like this is, you know, a black-led action movie as well. I mean,
It's probably the 1-2 punch of Blade, because Blade, obviously, like Shane said, it's not like an obvious superhero movie.
Yeah.
but it
really
is a high concept, you know, like fantasy type film, right? And then Spider-Man obviously came out and crushed, and that
Of
was like,
course.
oh yeah, no, people will buy this.
The most bizarre thing was the choice for Iron Man as the kind of the start of the whole
It's all they had.
Marvel thing.
They
Because
didn't have
Iron Man,
Spider-Man. They didn't have
that's true, they didn't
Wolverine.
have the rights to anybody.
Yeah.
But it was more like Iron Man like was always an okay character. He was never seen as a top.
No, he was like a mid-carder.
But even Blade is such a niche within a niche. You know what I mean? So for them to have made such a good start with Blade, and then obviously that it spawned sequels and whatever else, it's just so impressive that they managed to do it because, like, what was like, how did Spawn do in comparison? I don't think it did anything.
I don't. Spawn didn't do near. It didn't get a sequel, so
Yeah,
it didn't do
big-
Blade. But I mean, I remember. I think it did well on like HBO. That's when I saw it. It used to always run on like the movie channels.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I saw it in, which was Sky Movies or whatever it was. I never Spawn in cinema or anything.
No,
I didn't. I don't think I rented and this is a year, but Spawn was the year before Blade.
was it?
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just reading this now. It was the
What
year.
I was born under the freaking Black Goth moon.
This this was your ultimate like black god.
Yeah, I missed this.
Black god.
I missed this like era. Like I wish I was a teenager now. I'd be like sitting under the bridge doing the disco.
Shit, maybe we should watch Spawn.
We should watch Spawn. Let's watch. We're next week. Obviously, we're gonna be busy, but
Spawn had a 40 million budget, and it did 87 million at the box. Well, 87 point.
so that's not bad. It just didn't do.
That's actually really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it did double its money. That's incredible.
I don't think the budget usually includes like advertisement and stuff, but I'm sure it didn't lose money.
I'm wondering. So, what was Blade's return? Because I know it did well enough to kickstart 131 million. Okay, so that was. a
That's
really
great.
good return.
Yeah, that's great.
I think that was a good return for any movie back then, but for it to be a superhero movie, that was. I'm just so amazed at how big the budget was, because that is an awful lot of money to shove at a lower end comic book character. You know what I mean? Like
40 million is not. That's a very small budget for
no, but I'm saying it's still big enough that it's like it's a risk. You know what I mean? Like,
It's definitely. But that's what I meant. Like those were the risk taking days.
oh wow, like I guess like, when you try to tap into that time period, end of the 90s, where people were everything was risque. You know what I mean? Like
Well, like for example,
biggest show on
Spawn
television was
Spawn
Gary
is
Swift,
very
you know what I
much
mean?
Spawn was very much like in the same vein as Blade, and it was not nearly as successful. So there just weren't there were so many less surefire things. Like if you wanted, okay, I need a movie to make a friggin' $200 million, and you do like a James Cameron movie. Yeah. Well, that even Spider-Man, that would have been a risk. The first one, the second one, yeah, for sure. But like before, it would have been like, oh, I need a Steven Spielberg movie, or like a James Cameron movie, or something like that. Like I need a name attached to it.
Oh my God, Spider-Man did 825.
It's insane. Yeah, that's what.
Comparatively, that's incredible. So that must have been
And I think it definitely had more budget, but still.
139. So
Yeah.
it was like the entire return from Blade was the budget for Spider-Man, but that's an incredible return. Jeez, that's nearly $1 billion.
Well, Damo,
Mental.
we've given them 2.5 hours of content. We've done our job here.
Oh wow! Holy hell!
Yeah. We've given them more than they deserve for Easter.
I hope they all had a wonderful Easter.
I hope you guys had a good Easter. Yeah. And I hope you guys enjoyed the stream.
Maybe we should make this an Easter tradition.
Ah, Blade.
Where possible.
Blade every year on Easter.
I'm in. I'm so in.
Wonderful. You wanna send us off?
Oh,
with
wow, we get
your catchphrase, with your famous Damoyster catchphrase.
what was my? Shit,
I don't know.
Moister Rockefeller, like rocking like Rockefeller.
Yeah, do it.
If you've ever eaten, fella, understand that. Thank you very much for rocking it with.
Yeah.
That's awful. Thanks everybody for paying attention, and we will be back this week.
We are.
The Aquatic Adventure Podcast. What day are we? Most likely Thursday evening.
Most likely Thursday evening, yes.
Yes. Have you anything else coming up, Brendan?
I'm going to be streaming maybe Monster Hunter on Tuesday, and I've got a collab with my friend Starpy on Wednesday. We're going to be drawing, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Busy week.
Yes, I got to get them all in before we get busy.
This is true. It's going to be a very busy weekend for the boys. But yes, thank you very much for paying attention and enjoying. Hopefully in the next few weeks with Blade 2.
Yes, yeah. We'll shoot for maybe in 2 weeks. Maybe Blade 2 in 2 weeks.
I like your style.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. All right, bye everyone. Bye.